Back like we never left.
What's going on? Yo, yo, yo.
Happy Monday.
Happy
Monday
Monday.
Madness.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Those that don't know, we are Who's the Deadbeat. Y'all know this platform is where we highlight parental alienation and we allow people to come up, parents that's dealing with parental alienation, to come share their story. And no videos come down. So please stop asking. We get that a lot. Stop asking, because in order for us to raise awareness, we need you guys' stories, our personal story. If we can put ourselves out there, y'all can too. Come on.
Really? Who's the deadbeat? That's us. Is not liable or reliable for any litigation to follow here after the interview. Keep in mind, as we always tell people, keep it cute, keep it simple, keep it short, no names, but it's up to you. It's up to your own discretion. And yeah, that's just about it.
Okay. All right, let's
Let's
hop
get
right
started.
into it. What we got?
Emmanuel.
How y'all doing?
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
how's it going, Emmanuel?
Right, how you feeling, man? How y'all feeling?
Oh, we all good. We all good. Can you just tell the people where you tuning in from?
Man, I'm tuning in from Houston, Texas, man. We are live at 5 out here, man.
Okay. All right.
H Town.
H-Town in the house. Okay.
So, how many children do you have?
I have one child by this particular person.
But how many you
How
have
many do you
total?
have total?
I have a child, total of 5,
How
Okay.
many women?
3,
And out of the 5 children, how many are being alienated?
a total of 3. All 3 of my girls.
Okay.
Wow.
So 3 of your children are being alienated. So, we want to hear about that. We want to hear what's going on. So to start with the first, how old are your children?
We got one that's out of school, 20, 19, 10. The particular daughter we're talking about now is 10, and it's crazy because this situation where like it's pretty much like a 2 for 1. So it's
So how many children do you have with the mother?
the mother that we talking about today.
You said the 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah, the 10-year-old daughter. I only got one 10-year-old daughter with her.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to usually we start in order, but I guess it's the way you want to tell your story. So we can start with the 10-year-old if that's what you want to get off your chest. But give us a bit of a background.
Was it a yeah, my bad.
Back
No, was it a situationship? Was y'all married? Like,
Oh man,
relationship? What was it?
man, I had sent you the pictures, earlier, and it started off like this. I had just came from doing a paying my debt to society. I was gone for like 7 years, and I came back, with my head on my shoulder, screwed on right, trying to get back out into society and get my feet on the ground, and basically, I met this lady, as we may know that we're talking about the T and GQ, were basically the relationship battle twins in particular. I met her um off Cypress Station in Greenspoint one day. I was with a friend, and we passed by. Um, I reached out to her, got her information, and we shared information. We ended up tapping back in, but I told her what I was looking for, in a woman. I told her that I wanted to be serious because I had just came out of a really not so serious relationship, because we was kind of like in high school with my previous 2 daughters that I was telling you about, the other 2. But
Mm-hmm.
so she was cool. She had was going to college and trying to pursue her career. So she was like, the guy I was with, he kind of caught a case, and he's going up the road. But here I am meeting her now, telling her I just came from up the road and I'm trying to start my life over.
Okay.
Basically anew with a with a new woman, no kids, no baggage, and she pretty much was a good candidate. And so she was open to conversating with me. She she liked my approach. What was funny was my approach, and this kind of ties into the name of her podcast. When I met her, I told her. She said, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm a short term and long term relationship consultant." It was just like a pitch that you give off to a woman that you give when you're trying to court. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So
So
you was
You was
come with
giving some
that
game.
game. Okay.
Okay.
right, it was
But
mainly
was
like
it true? Was this really what you did, or is something that you just told her?
kind of just being being charismatic. Just being over the
Not your
top with it.
wrong.
Yeah, just trying to see if
Yeah.
I can get her attention, and they got her
You got you.
attention. So she went for it and she was laughing. She's like, I never heard that before. So I was like, yeah, I'm a short-term and long-term relationship consultant. So she's like, what do that mean? I said, I don't know if you're gonna be here for a long term or you're gonna be here for a short term. So we end up kicking it. It went from that because she's from West Texas and she come from a rough background. We'll get into that later. Um, we started talking, man. We started talking and communicating over the phone. It led to coming over to her spot. And she was telling me about this guy, that she was dating, that he's gone off and he did something crazy. Basically like a love and basketball thing. Cause she was into basketball real good. Got a full ride to A&M. Couldn't keep up there. So they transferred her to HBU. And from HBU, she didn't make it there, so she went to HEC. So she tried to follow her career, but I knew she was book savvy. I knew she was like a bookworm. I knew she was smart and she was ambitious about having a career. So I was like, I support that. In the meantime, I was going to barber school, getting my feet back planted, trying to buy a truck so I could start hot shotting, just getting myself together.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from that, and me and this girl, we started kicking it off pretty tight. I brought her around my family. Everybody started to accept her, like her. We kind of moved in together, and we got a spot together. And one day, I had seen, because we was real close. We was real close. Like everywhere I went, she was there. After when she get off work because she didn't have a ride, so I started picking her up. She was working at the airport at the time, but in the meantime, still going to HCC classes. She was multitasking, and she's
Mm-hmm.
a, she's a busybody. She's very smart. I give her that. She's very smart. So I started to pay attention because I'm the type of guy I was older than her. I'm like, I want to say like almost 7, 8 years older than her. So I
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
feel like I kind of had a little advantage over her, but I'm like, I used to always poke at her and tell her, you like you like book smart, you're not street smart. So I used to always tease her with that. So she's like, yeah, yeah, whatever, whatever. So anyways, we went to talking and dating and got serious. We had a child out of
How
wedlock.
soon after?
Say I was released from incarceration in 2011. I met her about 2012. We had our first daughter in 2015. My daughter's 10 years old today, 2025.
Okay. Okay.
So, and she was born on New Year's Day.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you was saying it was her birthday today. I was gonna say, wow. But she
Now
was
she
born
was,
on New Year's Eve. Okay.
yeah, she was born on, yeah, no, New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. Okay.
Yeah, New Year's Day. That night, she made it over to the next day, and it
So
was it was good.
a few years after. So before the baby came, y'all was pretty smooth, right? Everything seemed kosher. Y'all were doing well.
Everything seemed kosher, but she got a phone call. Back to the phone call. She got a phone call, and I seen the phone call, and it was a phone call from Harris County Jail. I say, who's calling from jail? I answered the phone and I say, who is JT? Because it say you got to call if you want to accept the call from JT. So I answered the phone. I'm like, who's JT? She was like, oh, that's my college friend that, the guy I was telling you about. I say, well, we in a relationship now. You can't do that because riding and doing time with a person that's incarcerated for so long, they'll feel entitled to you.
You still there?
Give it a second.
Yeah,
He
the
probably got a
options
phone
waiting.
call or
Yeah.
something.
If you can hear us, we're gonna kick you in there and just come back in. Okay, hold on.
Meantime, between time, so everybody that's watching, um, yeah, this is what we do. So if you want to come up and tell your story, be patient with us. Thank you for tuning in. We see y'all. Comment, like, share,
Yes, sir.
please. We
Yeah.
want to raise awareness. This is about the kids. This is about, trying to see if we can get some resolution and unity with families. And so I know some of y'all think it's all about the drama, but it's not. We
Nah,
having some technical difficulties.
but it's all good, man. It feel good to be back, man. We had a lot going on just to keep y'all updated till he get back. We had kids graduating. We had prom. We had a lot going on, so it's been a busy last 2 months for us.
Yeah.
So, but Emmanuel better come back up, man. What's taking him so long? But for those that been riding with us, that been following us and subscribe to us, and just been supporting us. We appreciate that. We working hard daily to get more stuff involved, so we can get more involved into the community, because we're not just doing this just for likes and shares or anything like that. This is really our purpose. We really trying to help these dads, or any parent that's been parental alienated, and we really trying to just help people get their story out. So, but if in the meantime, in between time, if anybody else want to come up, y'all can just click the link that's in the comment section, and y'all can tell y'all story. We're gonna give them like 2 more minutes.
Yeah, he's working it out so we can pick up where we left off.
Yeah, but
But
it
yeah.
was starting to get juicy a little bit. You got that phone call from jail, man.
A lot of people in the comments always saying we interrupt, so we are trying to let him talk. So when y'all want to come talking crazy, saying that we just let him ramble, hey, you can't have it your way all the time. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it.
All right.
Okay, we back.
Put your phone on do not disturb.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta put it on do not disturb.
Okay.
Okay, so
So she got the call from Harris County, and you was breaking down to her that that's not cool. Y'all in a relationship, you can't be still, having communication with other men while y'all together.
That's right. And she told me she would stop talking to him, and she promised me that. So we moved forward. We moved forward into a 5-year engagement. After we had our child in 2015, all of a sudden she was like, "Okay, let's get engaged." I was like, "Okay, cool." So she kind of like, it was kind of like a rush thing, and I was like, I'm kind of from the old school, so I'm like, okay, I never heard of a statute of limitation on how, after you engage with somebody, like is no time frame into marrying them. I feel like, and my mindset is, you really got to get to know a person, because if you just marry this person just because you had a child, what if you end up marrying a person that you really don't know? What if you end up
Okay.
marrying a person that harbors and hold toxic traits and you
But
really
some
don't
will
know?
say you guys were dating for a few
yeah.
years. So, you know, honestly, we get you because a lot of people have their reservations about marriage in the way that they feel about it. But the thing is, you never really know a person. People say that after being married 20 and 30 years, that you're still learning each other throughout the journey. And so, I mean, if that was your stance, then that's understood. But I think a lot of times women, we feel like if you with me and we having kids and you know I'm the one, then what are we waiting on? And y'all had already been dealing for some years. So
Right. That was very well so. But when was feeling like I was being rushed, I was feeling like come on, she was the one. Like, I was like give me time, to plan some stuff and do some stuff. So we end up putting together a real nice engagement scenery.
okay.
And I took her out. We went to the nicest restaurant in River Oaks. That's the nice side of part of Houston. And chauffeur, we did the whole nine. It was real nice. It was real nice. And I proposed to her at that restaurant. So it went from that, and she promised me that she wouldn't talk to this guy no more in the beginning of the relationship. So I was coming to find out, like later on in the relationship, we had moved her mother in. You know, we had an in-house nanny. I'm starting to know her, like as far as her deepest secrets with how she
Life.
came about, for as was she a planned child? How did she even get here? So when she started to tell me that information, now I start to understand why, she would have her guards up around her real father, not the guy that raised her. The guy that raised her, when he first met me, he say, I don't know you, but I'm giving you my daughter hand. I want you to marry my daughter. I want you to be my son-in-law. This is the first time I met him. This is what he told me. And I was like, man, look, I love your daughter. Long as she law, I'm law. It's no problem. We got a beautiful daughter, so I'm here. So it went from that, and it went like it kind of started spiraling down because I had bought her Apple Watch, and I was wondering. No, that wasn't the kicker. I bought her Apple Watch, and she would wear it certain times, but when she would come home, I wouldn't see it no more. So that kind of was like a red flag to me. I was like, that watch was expensive. What did you do with that watch? She's like, oh, it's in the car. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't think none of it. But what the kicker was, while she was going to rad tech school to do x-rays, and she told me in the middle of a 5-year engagement with our little girl here, her mother staying with us, she told me, I think I want to go celibate. I was like, you think you want to go celibate? I say, for what? Like, so you just gonna stop? I mean, I didn't sign up for this. You just want to stop having sex. She told me she want to stop having sex because of I need to study for my exams. I don't need nothing clogging my brains. I say, okay, but I really wasn't in agreement. I was just agreeing to disagree. So I was like, okay, I'll give you that. But I really wasn't in agreement, and she knew it. So it went from me not being able to have sex with her. It went this passed by about 3 months. So I'm like, man, I'm really not feeling this because it started to mess with a man when you walk in the house and you used to play fighting with your, girl, having some type of bond where
Companion,
connection
yeah,
where the
yeah, for sure.
physical is
It was
involved.
a disconnect.
It was a disconnect, and the detachment started to set in when I noticed that even okay, we can't have sex. So even when I come through the house, I can't even slap my girl on the butt, or kind of tickle her. She started to tense up with me, and no, I don't want you to do that. No. So I was like, man, what's really going on? And so I'm like, man, look, I'm not no fool, so I kind of know when something's off. So I don't know if you want to call it a man tuition or you want to call it just a man get a gut feeling. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get her keys. I'm gonna go out to the car and I'm gonna find that Apple Watch. So I got the keys one day and went to the car. I had a garage where I used to park my personal car at, and I took the watch and I went in the garage and I turned it on. And when I turned it on, in that watch, she never did delete any messages because she felt that that was her. I don't know for what reason. That's where she could hide stuff. This the watch that I bought her. Everything's going good. I thought JT was out of the question.
What about her phone? Did she ever have that too, or
Well, yeah,
because
I will.
usually your Apple Watch is connected to your phone, right? Like
Yeah,
it's usually like one
yeah,
in
same.
sync.
Right.
So if she had her phone, did she really have to have the Apple Watch because it's all together? Was she really hiding it? Did you see her phone?
I believe. Well, I wasn't the type. I'll look at her phone, but I'm not the type to just go get her phone and go through her phone. But if it ring, I'll pass her a phone. But I did. She didn't. She wasn't giving me no reason to
Nothing,
go to her
yeah.
phone, other than the detachment that she was starting to plant the seed to do. So
Y'all never had any conversations because the reason I'm asking because you keep saying 5-year engagement, but you guys didn't get engaged until a couple of years after being together. At this time, how old is your daughter when this was all going on?
We got
'Cause,
engaged. I have the pictures. I have the date on the pictures. I want to
yeah,
say
it's
we
just
got
not the math ain't mathing. So like,
right. We got engaged. I want to say we got engaged. Did we get engaged before or after? It's on. I got it in dates. I got it in
y'all
dates.
probably was together for 5 years, but y'all wasn't hadn't been engaged yet for 5 years because you waited a few years after y'all were together to have a baby and then get engaged, right?
No, I think we got engaged first. I think we have got engaged first, and then Zion came because we was trying to have a child and we could never have a child. So I was thinking
Okay.
something was
Oh,
wrong
okay.
with her.
Okay, okay.
So
Because I gotta ask the questions that I know the audience is gonna want to know. They're gonna want to follow the timeline. So, okay, cool. So
yes,
back to the story. You found the watch,
I
and
found
what
the
happened?
watch. So I went in, and she was kind of protective of her phone, but not enough to the point to make me just kind of like,
A
you
red
know,
flag. Yeah.
right. So I was like, okay, never mind. So I took the watch. I went
So
in the
let me
garage.
ask you this. So what led you straight to want to do that? Because have you ever went to her phone or anything before?
Nah, what made me want to do it was the disconnect that she was causing, like as if somebody was talking to her, telling her like you got to stop having sex with him. So me just like I can't even touch you. We in the house together. You don't. When we would go to sleep, my daughter would want to sleep close to her mom. We had a big California king, so the bed was so big that I can be on this side of the bed, and her and my daughter would be on that side of the bed sleep, and it was just like nothing. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, but it's got to be something. The red flag to me that did it was when I came in the house that time and I tried to, like I say, try to how would I say, like flirt with my girl, and she was just real jumpity. So that's why I was like, man, something going on. This is what I was telling myself. Something's going
Okay.
on. I need to get to the bottom of it. So that's what it ignited the wanted to go see for as I need to get her phone. I need to get something where she's on. So
Mm-hmm.
I got the watch. I got the watch out the car, went in the garage, turned it on, and lo and behold, I started to read messages when she was telling one of her friends that JT is on the way home. I don't know what I want to do. I think I want to be with him. She was telling one of the friends, the guy that she worked with at a call center, he likes me. We talk every morning. She was letting it all out with her friends. She was letting it all out. So, and they was like, well, what you gonna do? When I read this, I'm like, what you gonna do? Like, you're in a full engagement with me. We have a child together. That shouldn't even be on the table as an option on what you gonna do. But mind you, she was like wanting to rush to get, like, we need to get married. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna marry me? I'm gonna find. She used to like kind of throw it in the air, like tease me, like, if you ain't gonna marry me, okay, I ain't gonna be here forever. So I was like, what's the rush? Like, why are you rushing me? I come to find out that she was rushing me because she wanted to get married before JT came home. So when he came home, he would not have the access to her like that because whatever old fling that they had, bond that they had, love and basketball bond that they had, I felt that she had a barrier there now to say, I'm married. I can't mess with you. But as long as we wasn't married and I was giving her a date or wasn't trying to push for a date or tell her, oh, this is the day we're gonna get married, this is what we're going for, and this is what we headed. I didn't give her that confirmation. So I guess it kind of left her to where, well, I don't know if he's gonna marry me. So I didn't think it was a big deal. I was like, we're gonna do it, let's just save a little bit more money. We're gonna have a nice wedding. We had a nice, beautiful engagement. So
So
let's
so
have
but
a
did you ever plan on doing it?
I planned on it, but it was something that was stopping me. It was something, it's
So
like
it's safe to say that both of y'all had
Something.
something that wasn't really sure about each other. Because if you didn't move forward and then she had other people that were possible options, it was, it was already, like you
Allegedly.
said, a disconnect, right? If she allegedly had other people, it already was a disconnect. So get us to you confronting her about these messages.
So I read the message. I go back in the house and I sit down. So I tried to play a game with her. I told her that when we went to bed, I told her, I said, "Is you gonna tell?" We laid down in bed. I told her, "Are you gonna tell me about it?" She was like, "Tell you about what?" I said, "You weren't gonna tell me about him." So I made her believe that her friends. I paid one of her friends to for the information.
Why?
I said, "You're
Why
not
you
gonna
didn't just
tell."
tell her? Why you didn't just tell her, like, look, I went through your phone. You're not having sex with me. We engaged. I want to be with you, but I feel it's a disconnect. I went through your watch. This is what I found. Why you didn't tell the truth?
Well, I didn't tell the truth because she's been lying to me this whole time. So I didn't feel like I should tell her the truth while I found out. I wanted to give her a chance to explain to me how is it that you and this guy, you're indecisive about being with this guy and he coming home from prison. I have your
Okay.
first child. We're together right now.
Okay. Okay.
So when you have that, and I was like, well, and I read some more stuff in those text messages to where that kind of supported that she was visiting this guy. She was sending money to this guy. And I'm like, sending money? Like, so I was so fueled. I just wanted to give her a chance to try to tell me without me just exposing to her
That you
where did
know.
I get the information from.
Yeah.
So I tried to give her out and I didn't erupt or get up. And what I did, I sat there and she did not fold. She stayed like as if she was on the stand. She wasn't going to say anything. And I couldn't take it no more, as a man sitting there and I'm like, knowing that she was taking my money, sending it to this brother that was incarcerated. She had found another way to communicate with this brother through emails and not the phone no more. So I was like, wow. And then I was at a point, I just raised up and I just ended up slapping everything off the dresser. And I was like, yeah, you got me effed up, man. You got me effed up. She's like, she jumped up like, well, I'm leaving. I said, no, you stay. I'll leave. So I left that night and only to come back to sleep on the couch while she slept in the bed. And I was trying to get answers out of her by being calm, cool, collected, by staying in control and not being out of control. She just seen me had an outburst when I slept everything off the dresser. It scared her because she never seen me have an outburst like that. So her mom rushed in the room, got our child, and that's when I told her, it's good. I'm not finna hit her or nothing. It's good. My daughter said, I'm not finna hit her. I'm finna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna calm down, and I'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk. I get my daughter because my daughter's with me every morning, every
Have
day.
y'all ever had any type of heated exchange even close to that before?
Never, never, never. Everything it was smooth sailing. That's why I was like, we here. Like, what's the rush? We here.
Come on,
Um,
Emmanuel. Don't tell me we lost them again.
you better have to put
Oh, there we
that.
go.
Okay.
We back.
Yeah, so I was like, what's the big deal? There's no rush. I'm not going nowhere. That's how I was
Okay.
feeling.
So
I
you
didn't
say you had your daughter every day,
I had
and
my
so
daughter
you
every
was
day. We had signed her up. I was teaching her how to swim. I was taking her aqua tots. That's where the father and the daughter has a bond when you teach your
mhm,
child how to swim. And it's
mhm.
like a 8 weeks to 16-week course in the woodlands. So I was doing that with my daughter. I was every day my daughter was with me, put it like that. And while she was going to school, her mom was working, at the rental store. So it was like, I was playing daddy daycare with my daughter every day, and we had something to do every day. So it went from that to, like I say, every day we was together. It was not a day from the day she was born that I wasn't with her. And
Right.
this was up to 2019.
So how old was she at that time? 5 years old, right?
She was 5 years old.
Okay. So get us to the alienation part. What happened? I'm pretty sure this whole thing caused y'all to separate, right? How was that? What?
Yeah,
What?
get
Get
us
us to that point.
where y'all separated. The big boom.
the big boom when we she was like, okay, I can't live with you here. She was, I guess she was scared because how I was talking to her. Was like, I wanted to know. Yeah, I was getting irate, but I wasn't threatening her in a physical form. I think it was more of
So you
a
never physically touched her?
never touched the hand on the head. It was more of a, I would admit, it was more of a mental and verbal abuse. I wanted to get to her because she hurted me, but I didn't want to put my hands on her. And I told her dad, she brought her family all into it. And like I explained to them, I was like, man, the father that gave me her hand when I first met her, that's the guy that raised her. When I spoke with him and he came down from the West Texas, and he spoke with me, and I told him, listen, it wasn't my fault. I caught her cheating. So y'all coming at me like I'm wrong. Her whole family was coming at me like I'm wrong, like I should just accept it. I say, but you're not listening what I'm saying. She don't
Accept
want.
it or just leave, like in the relationship. Because I mean, you can catch somebody doing something, but that doesn't give you the right to do something back. You can walk away. So why did you feel the need to have to get revenge? I think that's what they probably were telling you. I don't think they were just saying it's okay, right? That
Right.
wouldn't make
I
sense.
didn't really take that's what he said. I took that he was saying like he just wanted closure. Like why?
That's exactly
But
what I wanted. I wanted to know
Right.
why, and she would never admit, and she stayed in denial about the whole thing. She never admitted. So what I told her, I say, okay, well, since you're the type, because it sounds like you're gonna be with this guy, and you've been talking to this guy, sending this guy my money. Like, if I'm giving you the money to pay the bills, that means you're taking money out of our household, and you sending this guy money. That means you're taking money from me and send it to this brother that's incarcerated. So you've been doing this the whole 5 years that we've been talking, ever since I caught you him calling the phone, and I told you don't accept those calls no more. And she continued to communicate with him. That's where the toxicity came in at.
so
She
let me
lied to
ask you
me.
one question real quick. Did this guy know about of you?
Good question, because I asked that brother that 3 times on 3 different occasions. He never answered the question. I
How
looked
did
at me.
you contact him?
Well, how did I contact him? Because she allowed him into, when me and her separated. After that, I found out that, and like, but she might have let me stay at the house probably another week or so when I was sleeping on the couch, because I was explaining to her, like, I just can't walk out of my daughter's life like this. Like, you can't just detach us like that. So she was like, okay, we'll sleep on the couch. So I was cool with that, because I had to come back over there in the morning anyway and house sit with my daughter unless we get up and go somewhere. So I was like, what's the purpose of me leaving only to come back in the morning when y'all leave? I'ma just stay. I just sleep on the couch. So that's what I did. To the point she was, I don't know, she was scared. She started sleeping with a knife. And I was like, look, I'll just
So
leave.
so she was still talking to this guy like around you when you was sleeping on the couch?
She wasn't talking to him around, but she'll wait till she's out of my prison. Mind you, he was still in prison. He haven't came home yet.
Okay, so how did y'all have those? How did you talk to him them 3 times then?
Okay, so the brother got released. I
Okay.
went out my way to find out, and it's a small world, because one
So
of
hold
my
on, let me stop you real quick because I don't want the viewers to get lost. So at this point, when he got released, you was out the house already, or was you still sleeping on the couch?
I was out the house already.
Okay.
So, okay, you out the house, and this is all because you still seeking closure. Because if y'all not together, then why even pursue anything? Like, I get the whole closure thing, but it's never really no closure, right? Because you are trying to figure out something that somebody doesn't want you to know. They don't want to be with you anymore. They did some foul shit, right? But you can't make people tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? So why pursue it? Because it always is that rabbit hole where it ends up really bad. And so, tell us like what that was like for you, because again, this is about your kid.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's not stopping you from seeing your child in these moments, why
Right.
even care about another man? Because
Well,
I can tell you right now, people going to automatically think that
Say,
you're a bit of baby daddy. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
no. Well, the
uh,
thing was, I'm far from bitter. The thing was, I wasn't trying. I told her, I say, you don't really know this brother. He's been incarcerated for the first time for 5 years. I told her, I said, I just did a 7 year bid for conspiracy. I say, allow this brother to get his feet up under himself. Don't accept him in straight from prison into the house around my child when you don't really know him. This is what I
Okay,
told her.
so you were figuring she's gonna just be with him and he's gonna be around your daughter. So that was a major concern from you for you with him being recently released out of prison.
Right. And that's what she did, exactly that, in spite.
Okay, hold on. Stop right there. So once you found out, you didn't want it to work, or you was just done with it at that point.
Right.
Well, I was trying to get, like, well, do you want to work? She was like, nah, I just, at that
So
point,
you
when I,
so so you were still willing to work it out, even though you found this out. So that
yes,
so
yes,
that was the whole sleeping on the couch thing.
right. Because at that point, I was indebted with my family. I was like, this is my daughter, this is my fiance. Maybe we can get through this. She talking about a guy that's in jail. He really ain't nobody to me. So I was like, you know what? We can push through this.
I mean,
So
But did she ever straight up just say, I'm done? Like, I don't want to be with you anymore, ever?
you said you can say that?
No, no, no. I said, did she ever say that?
She said that later on to the point, that's when I left. That's when I left.
Okay. Okay.
So that's when I left. And like I said, man, it's cool, but I'm just saying, I can't tell you what to do, but just don't allow him in. See who he is. Don't just allow him to walk straight in and think he gonna just walk into what, the foundation I
yeah,
laid.
that is a lot, man. Especially for your y'all grown, y'all can
Right.
deal with it. But for your daughter, that's a
That
lot to
part.
come in to bring a new person in like that, and especially if you was a father that was there, like you said you was every single day. Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So get us to you talking to him. How, what was that?
Okay, so she tried to, like, I said, well, if you and the brother gonna be together, I tell you what, bring him to me. Let me talk to him man to man. A man shouldn't be able to not talk to another man face to face, especially when the child is involved. I wanted to see what kind of brother was he. I said, bring him to me. So she hid him from me. She didn't only hide him from me when we was doing a meetup and drop off, where I get my child from her and she leave and I go my way with my child. She dropped him off at the corner, and my fiance that I'm with now, who I have two boys by, she was there with me. Me and her have a history from middle school. So me and her started back talking, and I started talking to her and telling her what I was going through. So me and her kind of just started, conversate in the midst of all this going on. So she was around the whole entire time everything was taking place, because I would bring her, because I wanted her to record or to witness, to make sure, I got somebody on my side to witness that I ain't doing nothing wrong either. You see what I'm
Now, is
saying?
the courts involved at this point? Any type of law enforcement, anything where you had
Custody
to
or
do this?
Yeah,
What made you feel you needed to record and stuff? If nothing
because
really.
I couldn't trust her. I feel like I couldn't trust her anymore, and I feel like she was lying, and she had already been lying to me, obviously. So I was like, I don't trust her. I want a woman with me. I don't want to be the only person that's picking up my daughter when she's bringing people with her. She would bring him. She would bring her dad. She would bring people with her and have people, like, I say, well, I'm gonna have somebody with me, and I'm gonna have a female with me.
Well, it's safe to say you did say that you were abusive verbally and mentally. That's enough to make somebody establish fear. Because if I don't know what you said, I don't even want you to say the things that you were saying of doing to her. Because why would she feel the need that she had to bring these people? It had to be some sort of uncomfortability there,
Right. I mean,
right?
right, when what you think a brother's gonna say to a female that's been cheating on him for 5 years?
It varies.
I
I
mean, he
mean,
probably said everything up under
yeah,
the
hurt,
sun.
right.
yeah,
It can be
hurt people,
some
hurt
right. It can
people.
be some hurtful things, but
Right.
brothers also say things that are more threatening than just calling you names and telling you how a horrible person and partner you are. They can be saying things that they're gonna do to you as well. because I've
Right.
been in that position. So I'm just trying to figure out, why would she feel the need to have to bring people after you've left and broke up with her already? What's the static at that point, because y'all are no longer together?
Well, the thing that I felt that she was doing, she was trying to create a problem between a friction between me and him. I say, what's the problem?
Mm.
Why you can't bring him and let me meet him? He's around, obviously around my daughter. You got him staying there. So what she did, she dropped him off across the street almost, and she pulled up and would talk to me. I said, well, let me talk to you. So she would have her dad was there at this particular date, and she would have her phone and have her earpiece in, so he's hearing the conversation. So I say, well, don't put your wire down. Talk to me. I'm your child's father. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to harm you. I say, I want to talk to you. I say, if you're going to talk to him, he should be able to come talk to me like a man. He shouldn't be hiding nowhere. So she took her earpiece off and she talked to me for a while. So when she left, I had my daughter in the car. She left and went the opposite way. I told my fiance that was with me at the time, I got in the car, I say, be still. She say, what? I say, he close by. She say, what? I say, look, my ex-fiance went the opposite way. He was standing over there waving his hands like, hey, I'm over here. I'm over here. Where you going? She was trying to make me think that she gone off, only to
Mm.
turn around and come back and pick him up. And I was like, what are they doing? Like, it was, so what I did, I seen him. I pulled up on the side of him, got out the car, walked around. Hey, my name is Emmanuel Sutton. I'm Zion's father. I said, I think we need to talk. And he was like, okay, now she's coming back to pick him up. And it was like she trying to figure out like what's going on. I'm talking to this brother one-on-one, face-to-face, trying to figure out who is he. He have a gun on him. I say, so what's really going on? At this point, I'm like, you come, but you hide from me. Why aren't you talking to me? And then I say, at this point, now that we're talking, we're conversing back and forth, I was like, did you ever knew about me? Like, how can she hide an engagement? How can she hide a 10-year-old child? I mean, a 5-year-old child. How can she hide being in a relationship? That's because when she would leave, she was emailing. She was
Mm.
communicating with this brother soon as she leave out the house. Not only with him, but she was talking to other people as well that I come to find out in that Apple Watch. So,
Okay.
and I brought, so it wasn't just him, it was multiple relationship with other people.
Okay. Oh, all right. So stop right there before you continue on with y'all conversation. So my question is then, why are you then? Why do you think she picked you? And you could have been one of the outside guys, and she could have had somebody else. So what you think her motive was of just being with you?
Well, I think she wanted to have. I think she wanted obviously to have a family, and by her like what I felt when she was rushing me, I felt she wanted to rush me to have like, okay, I'm married, that which solidates her to where no one could come approach her and she break what we got, especially the guy that was in jail, because her and him had a bond, like, like I say, love and basketball, because they both played basketball, went to school together, and they had a bond way before me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like when I came in the picture, he was going and getting incarcerated and getting sent up the road. Here I am walking into the picture, and I guess I just happened to walk in at the right time in
So
a life.
so so is it safe to say you was just like a rebound that stuck around too long after looking at the whole situation, like she fell in love with you, but because dude when he went away, and then now you come, and she like, okay, it's just something to do, but then now y'all in a relationship and y'all got a kid now. So
I wouldn't say so much of that, because we was having fun. In the
okay,
beginning, like she fell in love. Like we have stories. We were doing things couples do that in love couples do. Like the engagement, like I sent the picture to you in the DM. You could go through those pictures. You can see that this just the baby was planned. It was going to be a planned wedding. You see what I'm saying? This
okay, I got
wasn't
you.
nothing. We were trying to have a child. You know.
Okay,
So,
so you
so
can go back to y'all conversation.
So this what I want to know. And let me pause for a second because I see these comments. And when you sit in this seat, then you can ask these questions. We don't pick sides. What we do is we give people opportunity to tell their story and we ask the questions that we need to know to land the plane. This is not about relationships or cheaters. This is about parental alienation. And so my questions are going to lead up to that point. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. Now back to you, Mr. Emmanuel.
Don't get her started, please.
At that point, it was no parental alienation because you were still seeing your daughter, right?
Right.
Get us there. Was it after you had some words with this guy that she just cut off all contact, or like get us to where she completely took your
Yeah.
daughter away?
Well, we was going back and forth. She was saying some toxic things. I was saying some things to her, and she was saying that you turning everybody against me because when I was telling those people the truth, they was looking at her like, "Well, why you calling us? And you got caught cheating on this man, and you want to call us to come fight him and come?" And I said, "Well, what did she tell y'all?" Well, she told us you put her hands on you. Well, I looked at her. What? This is at the meetup. So I'm like, so I put my hands on you? Then she would hold her head down and wouldn't say nothing. And this is why my fiance I'm with now, that I've been with for 8 years, who I have two sons by, she's standing right there too. So she's looking at it like
How
he
you
put
been
his
with her
hands
for
on.
8 years and your baby was 5 when y'all broke up and she's 10 now, and that's only 5 years accounted for. So you was doing some cheating too?
No, no, no. In 2017, me and her started talking. The
So
breakup
that
happened.
means your daughter was 2. So that means both of y'all was not being loyal. I
No.
know how to add real good.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
so what we this is 2025, right?
Yeah,
So 8 years ago bring us to 2017, right?
right. With a 2-year-old baby
With a 2-year-old child.
being with the
So
other woman.
So immediately after that, I started back talking to a woman I was familiar with in middle school. We was conversing, and then we ended up getting serious in that same year.
So you not okay, I got you.
Wait,
I
so
pushed
did
on
she know
after,
about this?
huh?
Did she know about this?
She was present the whole time. She know everything I'm telling
No,
you.
no,
She
no.
know
I'm
everything.
saying your ex. Did she know about this woman that you had dealings with her as well
Well, you know
while the
that
baby
saying.
was 2 years old?
Well, you
No,
know that
she
saying. They say a good man don't stay single for long, right? So I
no, it was
wasn't
after
single
they
for long.
split.
So what? So how old was the baby when y'all split?
Round about 2 years old. We started talking about 2020. I got out in 2011. We started talking all the way up to 2011, 2012, all the way up to about 2016, 2017. The breakup went down.
Okay.
After
So
the
she
breakup
wasn't
went down,
around when you was like sleeping on the couch, when you
we
knew what
was
was.
when I'm sleeping on the couch now, I'm on the phone. I'm on Facebook tapping in with other friends, old friends. You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
at
That's
that
all
point,
I was
it's
trying to
open.
figure out. Okay.
Yeah,
Right there,
at
I'm
that
It,
point,
tapping
it's
in.
open. I
Hey,
didn't caught
dog,
you
hey,
in.
we
so
here, we here
listen.
for you to keep it real.
Right. It ain't even
That's
about
all I'm here
who's
for.
right and who's wrong. You being honest, and I respect your transparency. This is what this is about. Like you
Right,
lay it all out there. You know what you was doing. You know what happened. That brings the story together, right?
right,
So
right.
she's been around your fiance for 8 years, so she knows pretty much everything.
That's right.
So how did she feel about you trying to have a conversation with this man? Did she support it because it's about your daughter, or did she have some reservations as well, saying you're doing too much? Because if it was my man, hey, at some point, get your daughter, leave it alone. You talking to family members, y'all steady fighting. Like, what is all this? Is it still some feelings there? Like, do you want to be back with her? Because what is going on? Just get your baby, move on with your life, do that part.
Well, we was conversing. She with me. She rocking with me, and I'm being transparent with her, and I'm allowing her to see it. Of course, she knows that I'm still kind of feeling some type of way because I feel like I was played the whole entire 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not hiding my feelings as a man to my new woman because my daughter's mama did what she did. If I got emotional and I started to raise my voice or cuss, she would try to calm down, stay focused, stay in control. She didn't never feel insecure about me wanting to be back with her because I had already confirmed to her this loyalty is over with. It's over with.
Right.
So there's no going back. It's just the trials, the emotions that we go through as a man when we're trying to go to the next phase. But in the midst of it, she brought this guy home. Now I'm dealing with, okay, you talking to him, but you brought him home in the household and leaving him along with my daughter when your mom go to work. So now I'm trying to figure out. So he's over there with my daughter by himself. I don't know this brother. This is why I want to talk to this brother and only ask him, did you know about me? Did she ever mention me? Or what's what,
Like
homie?
I'm around. My baby has a father.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Period.
So you don't
Okay.
like,
So let me ask you this real quick. Did you ever introduce her to your old lady friend?
she was right there the whole time.
Did you ever introduce them though? Like
This
she
is
a
was
pro-
she met her. I introduced him, but it wasn't. She doesn't caring about that. She
but
was
did she
she.
allow you to take your daughter around her
Of
without knowing
course, it
anything
wasn't a
about her?
problem. It wasn't a problem at all.
See, but this is why we're asking because we haven't heard her side. We don't know what she thinks or feels about this, right?
Right.
But wouldn't it be fair if she allowed you to take your baby and she didn't have to know background information on this woman and what you did with your time with your daughter and get her the same respect with whoever she wants to be with? I know that's a
Actually,
tough one. I know that's a tough one.
asking me that when I caught her cheating with the guy that wasn't in the physical form. So that means he had more control over her mental to tell her you have to stop having sex with him to cause a detachment in my
Right,
household with my fiance. If I
right.
can't touch her for 3 months, that means there's no physical touch anymore.
How did you know that she was leaving your daughter with him? Because when I just spoke, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about just merely her dating him and him being around, not her leaving him with her to watch her. Like, how did you know that was happening?
Because I knew the schedule. I knew the schedule. I knew what she was doing. I knew when she worked. I knew her schedule. Her mom worked. She would come in graveyard, so it'll be like a small gap when her mom go to work. He would be there, and who knows? She probably left him there left my daughter there with him longer than that. Cause I have seen videos with him and my daughter, and they just in a room together. And
How? How did you see that?
uh what is that Apple iPad thing? My daughter would be recording.
So,
so at this time you still getting your daughter. You're not alienated at this point.
At this time, like I said, she was trying to make and create a problem. When the court is in order. She didn't care nothing about the court. The court said for her to meet me and give me my child.
so
When
wait,
I
who initiated that? We asked, was it ever a court order? Who
Yeah,
initiated the court order? How did you get a court order?
okay, well, after they issued a 2-year restraining order on me.
Okay, let's talk about that.
They issued a 2-year restraining order on me because of the guy who she was with. He started to become a problem more than a solution. He wasn't helping the problem. Already, you already caused a big problem from the beginning. Now, come to find out, I had a brother from the streets who was incarcerated with him. And by
Mhm.
me having a brotherhood that I can call and talk to my brothers and talk and be like, man, I'm having a problem with this guy. He don't want to communicate. He's getting her phone, he's cussing, he's texting, we communicating. When I'm trying to communicate with her, he's taking the phone, he's cussing, she's setting it up to where he's meeting up with me, dropping my daughter off.
So
And
it was like disrespectful.
it was a lot of disrespect going on, and to the point I was feeling, I was trying to handle it because she was trying to make us crash. She would do anything to make us crash. Therefore, I get out the picture. She really didn't care about him. She was using him as a pawn to get me all the way out the picture.
Mm.
He
And I
didn't know.
and I kind of feel that
He
Because I've been in that situation. I'm similar, and you be in a vulnerable state because you can't take it there with this person for the
Mhm.
simple fact that your kid is there. So you already, you don't want to cause no friction like that with somebody that you know that got to be around your kid.
Right. So
So
I was staying calm, and I told her brother, I say, listen, I say, she was study asking me on the meetup, where are you? I say, I'm at the gas station. She didn't know what vehicle I was in. I say, I'm backed up in the front. So he pulls up with my daughter. And this is when I'm finna show him on this one particular drop-off visit. I called her, I'm like, where are you? She was acting like she was in the car, but she was never in the car. This is when I find out that he has my daughter. I stayed calm. So when he pulled up, I immediately got my daughter out the car, moved her out the way of any harm, put her in the back seat with me, got out the car and told him to get out the car. Let's talk. Let's talk like man to man. So he's like, man, get in, have a seat. So I told my cousin that was with me, watch my daughter. So I sat down on the passenger side of the car with him. And I sat down on the side of him. I say, listen, brother, you haven't done nothing to me. I don't know you. You don't know me. I say, I don't know what she's telling you, but I can almost guarantee you she's deleting messages and she's lying to you. He say, nah, she ain't doing it. I say, well, what is this? I say, I don't delete messages. I scrolled down and showed him me and her text message to where she's saying, I think I should have listened to you, baby daddy. I think I should have let him basically go on by this business. So once I showed him that, I said, do you see her phone? He said, I see her phone all the time. He be having her phone. That's why me and him was confrontation. Had a confrontation because
So
he was
wait,
getting,
pause. That right there is bitter baby daddy behavior.
how's it bitter baby daddy's
Let me
behavior?
tell you. Let me tell you. Because no, it's none of your business what she's doing to him. And see, this is not an attack on you. This is for the audience. Follow me. Because
Can I ask?
a lot of times people tend to think that our platform bashes women. So today we're talking about a woman, and so I'm giving just my insight on how it's gonna be viewed because this is the feedback we get from women all the time. So this is why I'm saying it so I can get your response, so you can give us the insight of what you really was thinking when you did that. So just
Okay.
follow me. So you were there to pick up your daughter, and you wanted to have a conversation about, man to man with him. It should have been strictly about him and how he's handling himself around your daughter. What you don't want to take place with your daughter. Nothing per se about their relationship.
He
Okay?
wasn't supposed to be dropping off in the first place.
This is true. However, if you get in and you start talking about their relationship, then it automatically looks like you still want to be with her. You hurt. So this is why women get to say, oh, he's bitter. He's only doing this because I don't want him anymore. He's only doing this because you're not staying focused and staying at the issue at hand. It's strictly just about your daughter.
I
Okay,
think
can I
I
answer
think
that?
I think I think your driving point was you was trying to kill her credibility because she was lying about trying to get y'all to bump heads. You were trying to kill her credibility, but at that point when you showed her that she said you was right, that kind of put you on that side what she was talking about.
Exactly. Because now I got a question and I'm gonna let you finish. When did y'all ever have that conversation? Baby daddy, you was right, blah, blah, blah. Because from my understanding, you with somebody else, she with somebody else. How are y'all communicating about that type of stuff if y'all can't even see eye to eye about the big issue at hand, her cheating, y'all breaking up, and now your daughter is in the middle of this tumultuous
But
love triangle?
yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
the thing was, it wasn't never a love triangle because once I left, I left. My thing was I was trying to enlighten this brother who's fresh out of prison, who's he's already appeared to be a gang member, first of all. So second of all, I was trying to calm this brother down to get because he was already irate with me because of what she was telling him about me. So she was painting a picture to him that I'm the aggressor.
So you was trying to defend yourself, basically.
I was also trying to make sure no problem would come between me and him. Don't let
Gotcha.
her fool you into thinking that
Okay.
I'm beefing with you over her. I don't want her. You can have that disloyal lady, is what I
Gotcha.
told her.
I
So
got you.
don't feel like that, brother. I'm here to show you if she's been disloyal to me and I have a child with her. So who are you? You are just a
Fair
pawn.
enough.
You're just a pawn. So don't allow her to use you on this chessboard to try to checkmate me or get me off the board when I have a daughter that I'm trying to be in her life. So I was only trying to enlighten him, and only thing that I had credibility, because I say, well, don't you know she don't even want to be with you? He was like, how? I said, well, here's the proof. Why would she delete that message in her phone, acknowledging that I was right, that she should have let him go into his own space and get his own feet up on himself before she allowed him straight into the household with my daughter out of
So did
prison?
this conversation between you and her happen just because you were telling her that you didn't approve of her having him there and she was mad at him and so she was saying stuff about him? Because why how would that be that you're right? Right about what?
Because what I was saying, she was thinking about what he was doing at some point. Because you gotta remember, he didn't have no money when he came on. He don't have no family. He wasn't from out here. I had did my homework on him. He had no money. He had no family out here. He was from West Texas. So she was all he knew. So everything he needed, she had to not only do what she was doing to take care of her bills, she had to feed this grown man. She had to get this grown man money. She had to take this grown man shopping.
But look, okay, cool. This is all happening and she telling you you're right, but she's still pulling up with him at these exchanges to get your baby or sending him to bring you your baby. So
Not
how does
only
that
was
make
she
you
sent,
feel? Because it's already
not
it's
only
not
was she, not only was
fruitful.
she sending him, to me it was becoming toxic because you sent this brother with my daughter. And did you know once I called her? Did you know he had a gun? He told me he had a gun. He showed me the gun. I say that's cool because I already knew. My whole intention was to de-escalate the problem if he had a problem with me, to let him know I don't have a problem with you. You can have her. I'm not here to fight you over her. I'm with her. I'm
Right.
over here.
Okay.
I'm just here for my daughter. I don't have a problem. I told him this on numerous occasions. The protective order came in when I don't know if he couldn't think, because I don't know what she was telling him. So it came a time to where he started to, like I say, he continued to he would hear me out and we would be cool, shake hands, he would go on by his way. I would take my daughter, have my visitation, go on my way. So the court order came later. She tried to do three.
So how
Wait,
long?
how do you get visitation? Let's start from the
Did
beginning,
y'all
the
ever
very
did
first
y'all ever go
court.
to court for visitation, or this is something y'all was doing y'all own thing?
Yeah.
We had court. We both established and agreed because she knew what type of guy I was. Money wasn't a problem. I said I don't need no monetary overseer when it comes to spending money on my child. So she agreed. So no child support was put in place. It was only the daughter stay with her and I get on the
A
weekend. So
custody agreement.
that's all it was.
And
And
y'all
we
just put
left.
it in writing.
We put it in writing, and here it is. They did a 2 year because she recorded some of the when I
Wait,
first the
the
beginning.
restraining order didn't come at the same time as the custody
Oh,
agreement.
that's what he
No,
said.
this came
Oh,
after the fact. And
okay.
she got mad because now her boyfriend, the guy, JT, he wasn't doing what she wanted him to do. He wasn't pulling up to fight me because when he pulled up, I'm not here to fight, and he knew that. I'm just here to get
Hmm.
my child. I had already talked to him. So now, but he would leave with her and we would call and somehow we would start back cussing and we would be going back and forward. She would ignite that. So it went from that to the point that I told my brother, and my brother was locked up with him. And he knew everything about him because he was his cellie. And that's how small the world was. And when he was doing that time, he was my brother's cellie, but my brother didn't know that he was with me, but he had caught a case and went back and was in the cell with this guy. So when I was telling my brother who he was, trying to like ask him, well, what you think about this? He was like, man, you just need to talk to him. Then once I told him who he was, he's like, you're not gonna believe this. I was locked up with this guy. Tall, bright, play basketball. I said, it's him. He said, take me over there. I want to speak to him because he had respect for my brother incarcerated. So he knew once he seen my brother, he automatically knew, oh, this your brother. So when me and my brother rode over there one morning, my brother say, stay in the car because we don't want to look like we're colluding up on him. So he say, stay in the car. I'm gonna go knock at the door. I'm gonna ask him to come outside. I'm gonna talk to him. Then I'm gonna talk to him. Then I'm gonna bring you into the conversation, and then y'all have a talk like men do. Since he didn't just want to talk to me, because it was getting to the point to where I'm like, what? I just had a talk with him when he pulled up in the car. We was good. Now it's like when he go back to her, I don't know what toxic she was telling him. Now it's all of a sudden he back at on 10 again. So now it will be calm, then it get back on 10 again. I'm like, what's going on? Like, bro, I already told you I don't got a problem. Why when I'm calling, I'm dropping my daughter off, it's so much extra going on. You huffing and puffing, you're doing too much around my daughter, and it's irritating me. And I don't like to get irritated around my baby girl because it's like I gotta protect her and me. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what this dude thinking, and she don't even care if she let him go drop my daughter off with a gun on him.
Right.
Anything could
Okay.
have happened right there. So
All right,
that's
so
why
So
I told.
get us to the
your brother was talking to him, and then what happened that day?
So we pulled up. I stayed in the car. He walks up there, knocks on the door. He knocks on the door. They come to the door. He didn't come. The JT he stayed behind the women. And my brother said, "Well, I know he's in there." He said, "Tell him this is such and such at the door." He heard him. He said, "I heard him in the back, but he didn't want to come out. They didn't want to let him out." They said, "Well, They thought, or they was making it seem like he said, "I just want to talk to him." They was making it seem, "Nah, you finna do something. Y'all finna do something." Like he in the car. I don't know what's being said, but we had already said that he's just gonna talk to him because he's a friend with him incarcerated.
right.
So he felt like I know him. I can talk to him. Let me mediate it. So I let him go do that. When you have somebody that can kind of mediate and keep both parties calm, why not? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I fell back, let brother talk to him. He was trying to talk to him, but he stayed in the house. He never came out. So after he told him that, hey, my brother is going to see his daughter and he's not going to be threatened, none of this no more. You're not going to be a problem. So whatever y'all let him know, since he wants to hide behind the door, let him know this. It's not going to be a problem. So we left. He got back in the car. We left. I said, well, so what? He said, he didn't want to come outside and talk. They didn't want to let him outside and talk. So I said, let's go. So next thing you know, I get something in the mail saying I got a whole book written on me saying I got people, I got power, people coming to her house, and I'm sending people to. It was just all the way left. She just fabricated to the T, like fabricated lies. So now it was three court orders. Two of them got dismissed because the judge seen they was bullcone. The third one, a judge come in and say, well, the way you're talking to her, I'm going to, during COVID, I'm going to mandate you and I'm going to approve the 2-year restraining order. And then I also want you to take a cognitive thinking class, and I also want you to take a parenting class, which I completed both of them,
Okay. So
and and
what happened?
so showed them that the cognitive thinking class is a class that they want to tap into your mind to see how you think and how do you process disrespect, that you can't control other people feelings. You cannot control other people's feelings no matter what. And that's what I come to understand. No matter what I do, I can't control what she do.
And that's what you were struggling with this whole
And
time.
all I wanted was peace. I say, okay, cool. You're gonna be with him. I can't change that. I wasn't trying to stop that. I was just trying to make it peaceful for I can come get my daughter. But when she allowed him to come and he told me he had a gun because she put him on the edge with me. Well, you need to take a gun to protect. Why would you encourage him to take a gun? To drop
Yeah.
a visit. Why is he's not on the court? She's not respecting the court. The court say you drop her off,
So
not him.
was your daughter on that protective order?
No, it wasn't. It was the protective order stated that I couldn't come to her house. I had to stay 200 feet away from her dwelling and her
Yeah, it was a
job.
restraining order.
Yeah,
So restraining order and protective order is
Yeah.
two different things, especially in the state of Texas.
it-
So you couldn't be within a certain number of feet
200
find
feet.
her in public, but you
200
can
feet.
still get your daughter.
That's right. And she can bring me my daughter, but I couldn't be nowhere her workspace, my daughter's
Public
school,
places.
public places while she there. So, okay, cool. That wasn't a problem. I didn't violate that. I didn't go to jail. I didn't catch any charges. I completed both classes that was mandated to me after the restraining order was mandated for 2 years. So this is what I did. After 2 years, I extended my grace, hoping that she would have healed from the toxic relationship that she created with me and went into a whole nother toxic relationship with him, JT, from jail. And that lasted maybe a year and a half. He gone, caught a case, went back up the road, and I'm still here. So now we got Mr. GQ in the picture that she's working on alongside of in the medical field. So
Okay.
here comes Batman putting on his cape, but not really knowing who she is. Because if you're a man of honor, if you're a man, you're gonna say, "Where's this daughter father at? Why isn't he seeing his daughter?
Yeah, but we know a lot
What
of men
picture?"
don't do that. And when they don't do that, then you move forward because
But
everybody is not. See, maybe you probably needed a refresher in their cognitive thinking class because it was happening all over again.
no, but my question is, when you're advocating that healthy love relationship heals the past, well, if that's very well so, why haven't you, should have been the question of him to her, why haven't you allowed this brother to see his daughter? So
Because he's getting her story. Like, so this is the thing.
what
We've
story?
been we've been through this. We've been through this, and it was not easy, right? Another guy came in the picture. We were happy. Yes. He's gonna tell her stop. He's gonna say, hey, what are you doing? This man is right here. Give him his kids.
Right.
That is not what happened.
But at the I'm just this we all grown here, right?
Right.
Right? We grown. At the end of the day, bro, he gotta lay down with her at the end of the day. So no matter what you say, he gotta rub legs and do everything with her. So
And that's
that's
gonna
just what
supersede
that's gonna
everything.
supersede everything.
And we over here like, don't you see this? But no, they don't because they got their story and their reasoning and their orders and their reasoning why, hey, he's not my baby, whatever, right? So, okay, you on this trip again and you want this new guy to know that she is whatever she was to you and did all these things. That part has to stop.
Or he just or where are
But
you at this point?
I'm at
Try
this point.
to
I'm at this point. I
No,
want
I'm
to see my
saying
daughter.
as far as seeing your daughter at this
because
I,
he
point.
was still
When,
seeing her.
he said he had a 2 years, and then you tried to reach back out. Now, was you able to see her after that, or like what happened? Why you can't see her now?
No, during the 2 years, he was able to see his daughter,
I
right?
know, but I'm talking about now.
Oh, okay.
during the
After,
2 years of the restraining order, I was supposed to be seeing my daughter. She didn't.
oh,
She didn't follow the orders. She said, "F those orders from the court." So what I did, I said, maybe she's, after speaking with my fiance back and forth, maybe she's still mad. Maybe she want to be with you. We don't know. Okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna extend my hand of grace of time. The court gave me 2 years to keep distance. I'm gonna give her almost another 2 years to make sure. Cause here I am texting, I'm calling, I'm not getting no pickups on the phone. Hey, I can't see my daughter. Over the years of time, I can just show you texts where there's no response. No response. No answering, no calling. Hey, this is her dad. I gave you extra amount of time. I feel that, hey, that 2 years was cool, but I gave you extra more time just in case you need extra time to heal. Whatever you got going on. But in this time, she had got pregnant by GQ. So she really ain't worried about me and my daughter. Me and my daughter got pushed to the back because she's bearing another child by this guy who doesn't even know anything or the truth. I go as far as say he don't know the truth about what happened with me and her. I believe that she probably told him that since I wasn't and I'm extending my hand of grace, we're giving her time to heal. I said, well, maybe she need a little bit more time. That's what I did. And
So do you? So nothing else happened for her to get another restraining order or anything like that, or a
nothing.
TRO or nothing?
The restraining order was up. I haven't seen my daughter since 2019. The restraining order was up in 2021. It's 2025. That's 4 years. 2021 to 2025. That's 4 years. 2 years, and I gave her 2 more years. So what's the problem? Now that I'm calling, reaching out to you, what's the problem? So
And
when
you
I
and you
see,
had go ahead.
So
when
the
I
restraining
see,
order was the only type of order that kept you from her that
that's
you
it.
know of. So
That's
you
it.
have no knowledge of no other court orders out there.
Ain't no court orders came in the mail. Ain't nothing
Did you
came up.
move? Do you are you still living in the same place that you was before?
All my mail go to one spot. I get all my mail. That one address will never change. She know where it's at. My number ain't changed. I got two phones. This the old number. This is the phone that got all the information in it. They got all the text messages from 2021 to today. Text messages, year after year, month after month. I'm just reaching out. If you
Okay,
got the
so
time,
Have
when the restraining order, because you said to us that it was lifted. Those was your words that it's over and done with, right?
2 years, yeah.
But it don't work like that. Like if something else comes about and somebody refiles something, they go back in front of the judge. You should be notified to appear as well, because to our understanding, there's another order of protection out on you
From who?
for
from
her.
her.
And it's gonna
What
be
type
hard
of
for
what
me.
type of order?
And it's gonna be hard for me to say this.
Listen, this
Alleged,
we don't even have to speak thoroughly about this on air, but
yeah.
we got this
It's new to
information.
me. I haven't got any
And
order
this is what we were trying to figure out, because when you reached out to us, what made you reach out to us?
because she's a deadbeat. She been
Okay.
alienating me from my child for since 2019. Why not reach out to y'all?
Okay. So you reached out to us because you felt like you needed help. You wanted to try to get some resolution because you want to see your daughter, right? This is
That's
the
right.
only reason. According to what's on file,
Allegedly,
allegedly, right?
someone sentenced this.
With a protective order, you can't do that. You
You
can't
can't.
reach out to third parties. This is why I told you, are you sure that that was it? Because if you're reaching out to a third party, if having any type of contact, she has a no contact order.
And I'm finna tell you, we don't know how
No contact
we
order.
don't know how true this is, but allegedly it's for a lifetime, bro.
You can't just. You have to do something for that. That won't. I'm not worried about
So
that.
let me
That
let
won't
me
get.
let me enlighten you.
Yeah. It's
So a lot of people don't know where we fought. We fought in Harris County as well, right? We ended up winning custody. We had a good run. It took us 5 years, but it was not easy. We went through a lot. But during the process of us even trying to get a protective order, there was a judge.
allegedly.
Uh, you saying allegedly, and I haven't even said nothing yet.
But I
It
just
was
gotta
a
say,
judge that was in office who was handing out lifetime protective orders. Now, this judge, whatever reason in all her cases that she was doing this, I'm not sure if this is the same judge who
signed your
signed this
order.
order that is on file for you. But this judge was doing it at the time that we were going to get a protective order in our case. And it was like a kind of like a joke, because it's like nobody wants a lifetime. But you would think that you have to do something really, really bad
Exactly.
to get one, but we know people personally who have them on them and they did absolutely nothing
And that's
because of the silver bullet. Do you know what the silver bullet is?
I'm listening.
The silver bullet is when false claims of abuse is made in the court of law, false allegations and accusations that come to be found valid, and that these orders are issued. Not so many lifetime protective orders. You would think that it has to be some real hardcore proof, but not. It depends on who's on the bench. It depends on who is the one that's gonna sign the order. And as soon as we're done with this interview, you can do your research, look up Harris County, look up this judge
Look up your case.
as we know, was handing lifetime protective orders out like candy.
This is why Texas right now is trying to pass a law to say that that's unconstitutional for your child to be
Yeah,
on a lifetime, and when you turn 18, they should be allowed to go have a relationship with their other parent. But it's not passed. It's just it's
It's
in
a
the
thing.
works.
But this particular judge, like my husband said, allegedly, and we're saying allegedly because we weren't in the courtroom. We don't know these case laws. We don't even know none of these cases and why these orders were handed out. But she was being investigated according to the news after the fact of she issued so many. They had to look into it because these are lifetime protective orders for what? Something had to be,
I
fishy.
haven't. I'm not gonna even claim that because I haven't. I mean, y'all say y'all got it, but I'm the father and I haven't got nothing in mail about it.
So well,
So
let me tell you this. Now, I'm not saying this person did or they didn't. I'm just telling you in some tactics that's be used in the silver bullet. And I'm
okay,
not saying you lying. I'm not saying the other
Right. We're
party
not
is
saying
lying. I'm
that
just I'm
none of
just
that.
educating you. Sometimes when somebody's in a silver bullet, that's why I asked earlier, did you move or something like that? Because sometimes they would send stuff to an old address, and if you don't
They
respond,
get it by
they get it
default.
by default.
yeah, that's
It's
new to
it's
me.
it's a lot of, legal tactics that people take and make to get what they want. And if you are not educated and you don't know these things, you can become and fall victim to it. And so it just didn't make sense that there is a lifetime protective order out and a no contact order out on you and you know nothing about it at all.
And
And it includes
your
your
daughter.
daughter.
How scandalous is that? Because I
This
didn't
is
know
the
nothing
world.
about
This
it.
is the world we live in. But again, if you weren't contacted, how is that possible?
Yeah, because like
How could
I
you
would have
not
got
know
the mail.
about this?
Yeah, I would have got the mail. I would have known that. I would have known that by now.
Yeah,
I haven't got that.
so by you,
But
if you
see, you stayed away for how long? How long has it been
been since
since
you
you heard anything?
or seen your daughter or anything.
2019.
That's too long. And this is what we tell men, not to, this ain't really to you personally, but this
Man,
is why we do this. Because when you sit on stuff, so much things can be happening that you have no recollection of it. And look how many years has passed. You talking 5, 6 years have passed and this is out there. And so even if you try to think to attempt to fight it, do you know how hard that's going to be? Because the first question they're going to ask you is, where have you been for 5 years?
that's
So this is serious. It's deep. And then you don't want to keep coming for people when they have something like that out on you because it gives them leverage to take further legal action.
yeah,
And so again, we are not taking sides. We don't know you guys from a can of
we just,
two cans of
we
paint.
just care about your baby,
We
man.
care about your child. We will hope that we could reunite you with her and get this resolved. But reaching out to the other party, they weren't, receptive. Um, but that information was given. It was provided. And so you gotta take a look into that because that limits you tremendously.
And it can
Tremendously.
and it can land you because you said you've been texting her and stuff like that. It can land you jail time. So you might want to be mindful of that, get a lawyer or something, and try to reach out and try to see what's really behind this. We not here to pick sides. We hope y'all can just get it together. You can see your baby because that baby need her father
Right.
just as well
So
as she need the mother. But
we're
go
saying
ahead.
that you got to know that she's toxic. Like not just me, this other brother need to know that this need to be
But
known.
you this the thing. This is the thing with this stuff because to go through parental alienation, it is like having a long, like this was slow death, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
If somebody has taken your kid whatever measures they put in place so that you can't see him and you can't have access, and it eats at you and it eats at you and it eats at you, and it's all, psychological damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know because we've been there. And so you don't have to tell us, because this is why this platform was established. Because we know what it does, we know how you feel, we know what you're thinking. But at some point, for you and for the sake of your baby, you got to get off a certain train. You got to hop to a certain car and make it completely about her.
Yeah.
Nobody cares if he knows what about
It's not
her,
gonna change
because
nothing.
this is his life. If he has a kid with her and they chose to be together, let him find out whatever he needs to on his own.
As long
You
as you
trying to
get
make
your
it,
baby.
you trying to make it so prominent is not going to take away the hurt she already did to you.
And I'm gonna tell you like this, and the only way to do that is not gonna be talking to him, because I've tried that. It's not gonna be talking to her, because obviously you can't. It's gonna have to be through the courts. It's gonna have to. And I can see the hurt in your face. It's kind of hard for me to even look at you,
It's hard because
because I've been there.
we tried a different approach, and this is new. Like, this is the first time,
Yes.
and since we found it, who's the deadbeat, that we had to interview a dad, thinking that you were gonna say this is what the outcome was, and now it's taking us back that you know nothing about this lifetime protective order.
Yeah, I never heard of that. I never even got no paperwork on that. So that's why this is new to me. I'm not even
And
like,
no contact, that mean no contact. That
well,
means
see, I the only paperwork I got is this paperwork, and this is the only paperwork that
And,
shows
and what date was that found? What date was
all
y'all
of
do
this
that?
was like 2020, 2021. This is when all that went down. Nothing else came in the mail about no. It don't say nothing about no lifetime warranty.
when did the 2 year restraining order expire?
2021.
And y'all went no.
That don't even
If y'all
make
went to
sense.
court in 2020, it had to expire in 22.
We went
Unless
to court 2019.
2019. Okay. It should say that right
But
there
how do
on
you
there.
have two orders simultaneously? I know they different. And again, for everybody that's watching, we are not attorneys.
You
We do
should.
not give legal advice.
Yeah, 2019.
What's the cause number? What's the just wait a second. Because how can you have a lifetime protective order and a restraining order at the same time? That makes
Yeah,
no
I
sense.
never heard of no lifetime. They didn't
I
even
never heard
mention
of
it.
that either. But
That's why I say I'm not even finna claim that I'm not, because I one thing I'm big on is paperwork, and I keep all my paperwork when it comes to this type of stuff from the courts.
man, we
All you gotta do is
yeah.
go down to 201 Caroline in the morning.
Oh,
We hope
believe
it's
I
not
will.
true either, bro. But our job is here is to make sure that you get back into your kid's life, and and y'all can have some type of resolution to dissolve this drama.
Because
So
Right.
I don't understand, like,
It was.
maybe, let me just say this. You are still caught up on the past in terms of what she did, how she moved, how it all played out. Okay. So have you healed?
I'm past healed. My thing was I was
But it
just
don't appear that way. And the reason I'm saying this is because, yes, you are fueled because your daughter is being kept
that's
together.
all it's about with me.
We
That's
get
all
that
it's about.
part, but this is us too, right? Like,
Right.
when we had to face this and fight this and talk to people about it and express frustration when the courts wasn't on our side, and just a lot of things that we had to go through. Not one time did we ever highlight her and him and them. It always remained about the kids. And that's the part where you lose people.
yeah,
Because you want people to know what it's really about and where the hurt and the pain is coming from, and why you doing this. The minute you get to talking about how she cheated on you, how conniving she is, what they doing with their life, they got a baby, it gets lost. And that's why we don't want you to continue to do that. Just your story is your story, your truth is your
Right. That
truth.
you asked me to
Nobody can
explain
take
how we
that from
got
you.
there. So that's what I was doing. I was explaining how we
But
got
getting
to
it
that point.
out there, even if you came on here and you said, I was with a woman cheated on me, we broke up, I haven't seen my daughter. You have still been alienated. It still hits the same. Do you understand? The message is the message.
That's
The
right.
thing about it is, you can't get caught up on someone and they bad character. Like, cause I get it. You was done wrong. As far as your daughter, whatever it was, that was wrong. All that was wrong. But sometimes as people, we get caught up on like, look, she's the bad person. And it makes you look like your main focus is not about your child.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, man to man.
Because now,
If you drive that focus straight to your child, all that shit, whoever did something to you, it's gonna all show. It's gonna all come to the light.
To the light. Like it,
You're not gonna
like
have to
it
do
has.
that.
And you don't have to be the one
You
to
don't have to
bring
do
and
it.
shine light on that stuff. And this
What?
is why
Well, I
we
think.
took the time to do this with you for so long, because it hit totally different. Like this is the first for us where we get it. And we don't know these people. Like even talking to them, we can't we can't judge what their reason is, because if she come tell us her whole side and it's saying you did some bad things, we were not there. How will we know?
Well,
Just make sure.
We
I
don't
just.
care. No, we don't care. We
Right.
only care about your baby and why you can't see her.
And your
Well,
well
And
being.
if it's a valid reason in place, if somebody show you a lifetime protective order, we are not human lie detectors. We do not know why it's there, what it is, and then another person don't know why it's there. It can seem fishy all day long. This is why we do this, right? But
okay.
we still don't know, how did she get that?
You say they sent it to y'all.
I seen it. She just she
Can
showed me. She showed me the paperwork.
I'm saying she showed you the paperwork. This girl that lied about so much, her word ain't even got no
And
validation.
and,
I
and
don't.
that's
We
and
just
that's your truth. But what I'm telling you is, when I see paperwork,
you got
I saw the Harris County. I know what court documents look like. I know what cause numbers look like. I can look this information up, and you can too.
Yeah.
This isn't a game.
yeah.
Like it's real
And we telling
Yeah.
you this not for embarrassment,
at all.
not to educate you, and we don't want you to find yourself in more trouble,
Trouble,
and then you
exactly.
really can't see
No,
your kid.
man.
So
It's. I'm
we
so.
want you to just get on top of it, bro.
Right. 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 Overstood.
Even just see what's to it. Like
You gotta look
go
into it.
look
Right.
into
Most
it,
definitely.
and
Most definitely.
we need to know that part, because we limited. It's not, we only, it's only public information is only so far.
Look,
If
I'm
it's your
just.
name on it, you need to go see what that's about. We don't want
Yeah.
you not knowing that something like that severe is out there on you and you have no clue, because you were willing to come up and be transparent and tell your truth. Um, but again, are you even protected at this point?
I
You
mean,
see what I'm saying?
at this point, it's like this is what I came for. It's all about my daughter with me. So when you say that, I had to tell you the story in order to tell you what happened,
Oh
in order
yeah.
to tell you how I've been alienated from my daughter. So that's why you got all that. All that for as am I it's never about her. It stopped being about her.
The thing is, we speak your language. The
Right.
rest of the world don't.
And that's the point that we trying to get you to
We
understand.
understand the whole. This is why I had to
Yes.
check somebody in the comments. And they want to say I'm unprofessional, but guess what? This is my platform. I know what we doing because we walked it, we live it every day. Even after winning custody, it's still some parental alienation that we experience every day. So that part of it is covered. We understand because it's real, but we still have to hold people accountable, and we still have to let you know what we don't think works, because we did it. We walked it. We don't want you to be overshadowed by people saying the things that's already is looking like that. Because if anybody could go out there and get a protective order on you and you haven't done anything, if this is what your story is, how's that possible? It's possible because of other actions. You don't physically have to put hands on somebody. You don't. It's other things that can lead up to showing that you are aggressive, violent, unsafe, all the things that women do, men do too, they'll lie too. and go into court and say, hey, judge, I fear for my life, my safety, and this is why. It don't always have to be
You ain't
physical.
gotta do none of that. And they can walk in there and do that.
And that's what we're talking about. Like a lot of men don't know that, particularly men. Yes, if you blindsided and you been with somebody and you thinking y'all gonna spend the rest of y'all life together and all this stuff happened or whatever happened, and you get emotional and you react in a way that you're not so proud of. We all done some things we're not so proud of. But it don't define you as who you are if you're a good dad and you want to be a good father to your child.
And one
And that's
thing
what it's mainly about. This was mainly about me trying to reach out to show that I want the relationship with my daughter. I've been an alien. She kept her from me, not me keeping myself from her the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't put the restraining order on myself because I was trying to go to her house and
Yeah.
But
talk
it's
to the
that
brother.
other stuff.
Yeah.
I
Because
was
look,
never the aggressor.
people don't like men exposed. See,
It's
and this
not.
is the
I mean,
thing. This is
I
the
never
thing.
was exposed. She been exposed the whole time.
No, no,
So
no. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like even when you reach out to us, right?
right,
We get
right.
thousands of people reach out to us. We flip coins sometimes. Sometimes we really don't know. Is this person being truthful? Is this person not? Because people lie to us all the time. Do you know it's deadbeats that really reach out to us and tell us that they being alienated just to troll us?
Oh,
Not to mention all the bitter baby
yeah.
mamas that do things and
I
say
ain't.
that they got a dead be dead, but they really actually alienate their kids. That's
Yeah,
the playing field we have. So we got to look at everything with a fine tooth. Come, we have to go through it. And so for you, we understood like, okay, this is a lot. It's a lot going on here, but we got to talk to him.
right.
Hearing you out, your story is there, but you cannot keep overshadowing what the real problem is.
I think the point that you missing with her is if you talking about anything else besides what my daughter at, it's gonna get overshadowed with being, are you a better baby daddy?
That's what people don't say.
Yeah.
Listen, we not calling you that. What we trying to get you to understand is we here because
Right.
we've been in your position. We understand where you at. But to the world on the outside looking in, these are the people that's in the courtroom that you got to deal with. These are the lawyers you got to deal with. These are the people that you work with or people that's going to be viewing this. So you got to understand one thing until people that's not being affected by parental alienation understand what it is, it'll never change, bro. So we trying to get you to understand it's a certain way you gotta move to get where you want to be. Because other than that, it's always gonna get overshadowed. Oh, he's a violent person. Oh, only thing he do is care about me. It's always but your points is probably super valid. You know, because you was in the fight, you was in it. But everybody else is so want to be judgmental.
And then you openly stated that you gave her more time. People
What's
are
wrong
gonna
with that?
say,
To heal. What's wrong with
no,
giving her more time to heal?
listen. Let me tell you what's wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it for the reason why you chose to do it. It's everything wrong with it in the court of law. Because everything is timely when you have to fight in court. You cannot, a judge will look at you like, why are you here? What have you been doing for the last couple of years? Do that. Okay, no.
Right.
I
Right.
believe her. I'm gonna keep it like this because you didn't care about your daughter. You see what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what we're trying to get people to understand.
Right.
You can have us on your side because we stand against parental alienation to the fullest. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing else. If you are really alienating a child, ain't nothing you gonna tell me gonna make sense. Because if you didn't physically harm your daughter,
Exactly.
you should not be being alienated.
And she shouldn't be on that.
But I don't know
Point
what
blank period. That's what
I
I'm
don't
here
know
for.
what that protective order say. If your daughter is put on it, then that's gonna give her reason to say why she's not letting you see your daughter. And then that puts people like us in a tough position. Like, okay, well, we weren't there. How did you get this? How did this happen? What did you do? What did he say? Okay, she's a liar. He's a liar. It's hard to say he said, she said.
You have to go show up. You gotta
You gotta be there. And if
Yeah.
you didn't know, you just
Yeah.
didn't
If I
know.
just didn't know, I didn't know. And that's I can't say that's my fault for not knowing if I never got
No,
served
it's
this time.
not
It's
your
not your fault for
like
not knowing,
like
but you the only thing I don't like is that set you set you stayed away too long. And we talk to men like this all the time. Some men give up altogether, right? And they have their reasons. Some men walk away and say what they say. Fuck them kids, or I'll make another kid, or whatever. We say women create deadbeats all the time because it can happen. And people are well within their rights to decide what they want to do for their life. But sometimes men cannot mentally take it. It breaks them down. Yeah. Some men take their own lives behind the stuff. Yeah, so we get it. Nobody can judge you if that's your choice. But you're coming back today saying, no, I want to see my child. I want to be in her life. And so that means you have to move in that direction. You can't keep talking about these people.
Because talking to that guy is not gonna change nothing.
Okay, we passed it.
They already view you like they want to view you. So why are you? What are you trying to? You cannot reason with people who have established who you are to them already.
My thing was, if the only thing that really caught my attention about even reaching out to you guys about the situation, because I seen her promoting healthy love relationship heals the past. My question was, if that's so, why am I being alienated? If you healed from me, why am I being alienated from my child?
Who knows about it?
It's all about my child. This is all. That's my question. That was my question to get across the message to her. That was it.
Okay, so what do you really you ultimately want? I want you to. I know you just said it's your child, but I want you to go a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, because like this stuff with this podcast is triggering. You see them talking about healthy relationships when you know that's not.
Of course, because when you see someone who's actually putting on a facade, a fake facade,
Why do you
lying,
follow them? Why are you even tuning into that content?
well, first of all, her numbers in my contest, and when you're on TikTok, that person gonna be in your thing. So I was just like,
mute her, delete, block. It's measures you can take so you don't have to see her pop up in your feed.
right. But when I seen her promoting and launching this podcast about healthy relationship, we talking relationship across the board, not just the relationships of you and your now fiance. What about the relationship with your past daughter, father, who you've alienated?
She don't want it.
It's not about what she wants. It's about what the daughter and the dad.
But you didn't say that. You said, "What about your relationship with your past?"
But he said because that's
I'm talking about.
That's what she's preaching.
That's what she's preaching.
So he felt that it was probably a safe space.
It's not.
I understand that, but you can't. It's hard to say that when you a father and haven't seen your kid in 6 years.
I understand.
So you're gonna follow. You're gonna look. You're gonna try to see where somebody live. You want to know where your kid at, what school.
Well, this the thing, because I know I'm going to do a welfare check real soon, because I have not heard nothing. I have not got this. I have not got nothing in the mail saying anything about what you said was.
Here's the guy. Here's the kicker. The order is dated from 2020. Babe.
What order?
The order.
What?
The order.
How is it?
Not that order. Not that order. The order that I saw with my own two eyes.
If it's dated from 2020, it should be in this paperwork, because this is 2020 paperwork.
But that's a separate order.
Unless it's not real, right, or something.
Right. Only if it isn't authentic. But I don't think somebody would.
It's the
district attorney and people of official people, because we easily can go to 201 Carolina ourselves.
Did you see when it was signed? The date that it was signed?
I just told you it is from the year of 2020.
So I would have had knowledge of that. I just don't see that, me having this paperwork and not that paperwork, and then come to you guys and using you guys' platform to help get the message across. This man wants to see his daughter. He wants to be with his daughter. What's the problem? I didn't come here to look like no fool or to get exposed to something.
That's one thing we don't want you to know.
Don't look like a fool.
Yeah, so that's not even the case. I can tell
the man that's watching this. I guarantee they're gonna respect you,
right?
Like no other.
But here's the thing: a man that's in my shoes, we can care less what the world got to say. I don't give a damn what the world got to say. It's about me and that little girl. That's all I care about. I don't even care about getting on the podcast, even sharing this information about her. If she was allowing me to see my daughter, if she said, okay, she called me now and said you can see your daughter right now, starting next week. I'm supposed to have her right now. It's summertime. This paperwork says she's supposed to be with me as of the first day she got out of
So
school.
let me
So
ask you this: that custody agreement that you guys have, it still will be in effect. Why haven't you taken her to court for violating the order?
because that's what I did. When I was reaching out to her, I told my fiance, well, if she haven't healed, and then when I found out she was having a child, well, maybe she's going through something. I'm gonna give her space with this new guy, and I'm gonna just be
The gloves are off.
what do you mean the gloves
They
off?
the gloves been off. All that I'm a be nice guy. I'm a care.
Yeah, we see
We
fathers.
past that point, babe.
Let me.
What?
Like you really gotta try. If you, what I'm saying, and I'm trying to say this in the most, cause we had to learn this too, and we do this so y'all don't have to go through it.
The timely manner.
All the compromising, all the trying to think logical, all the
Yeah,
I'm at peace, I'm good, I'm healed. So what's that? At the end of the day, who you see and what they have shown you, that is what it is, and that's what it's
that's
gonna
right.
be.
And you gotta treat it.
That's what it's gonna be. It's never gonna turn or reverse. And I hate to say this because then I'm gonna have to check people when they think that I'm coming for co-parenting and I'm coming for people thinking this space is not that. This space is a ugly, nasty, dark, dirty space.
Ain't no
It's not nice.
Yeah.
It's not peaceful. It's not calm. It's none of those things. When you playing with somebody, kids. So you have to be the one to know me and this person, I don't ever do what you gotta do, get your kid. I don't wanna look at you. I can't speak to you. You over there, I'm over here. We good. I need my kid. Her and this man, you need your child.
Talking, trying to talk it out.
And if they getting in the way of that, it's measures you can take.
Yeah, it's past those measures.
Now about this order, if that's valid, that's gonna stop you. But you're gonna have to take measures to see what you can do about that too.
Yeah,
Because
because
if you don't,
my
then
brother,
you gonna land yourself in some more trouble. And we don't want that for you because I genuinely think you do want to see your kid. Like I don't know if you are you still in love with her?
no ma'am, no ma'am, far from
Okay.
that, far from that.
Okay. So if that's it and that's your truth,
Yeah,
then yes, you should be able to see your daughter. Are you gonna do anything to harm anybody? Do you want to hurt somebody?
you asking me that question?
Yes.
No, I've been made that statement clear a long time ago, so she
No.
know
You
that.
should be
I
able to
think,
be a part of your daughter's life.
yeah, I think I
If you're
really,
not on that, you should be in the clear. But I
yeah.
don't think that's what has been presented. I don't think that's what people think, including the guy she's with. People are gonna think what they think they know.
And one thing about us is,
And I'm not saying it's true or not because I wasn't there. I'm just saying that that's what you're up against. So when you know that, receive that, accept that, and focus on what's real. Because that's all they saying is, if he really care about seeing his daughter, why is he talking about this, and this? If it's really about his daughter, why is he trying to use the platform to talk about this, and this?
Well, when you ask somebody to give the storyline to how we got there, I have to give you that in order to get you here. So I can't
exactly.
just
We
start off saying
understand it.
this
We
and
do,
I
but
ain't
I'm
gave you that.
saying the masses don't. The
Listen,
masses gonna be like, oh yeah,
they didn't.
keep talking about you, keep
They,
still on her. You see,
But
that's
then
what we
again,
deal with.
they didn't
I'm
try
not
to
here
get.
for them.
They even tried to get down on me before, man.
Like
When
I
we
said again, I'm not here for them. I'm here for my daughter. So I can care less about what the world say. I'm not caught up in what I'm not a people pleaser. So I don't care about what the people are saying. The message is as long as the message get across to her, and if she hear me and if she listening and if she on this live, I pray that she find it in her heart to get me off of that and allow me and my daughter to continue that bond that we once had. And she know the bond because she watched the bond grow for what 2, 3, 4 years, for
Okay,
five
so if
years.
they was watching right now, just what would you say to them?
Well, I would tell her straight up, like, you know that time, like you say, heals everything. Love heals everything. If you're in a healthy relationship, kudos to you. I don't wish no ill intentions on you. I'm in a healthy relationship. I've been in one since we left with the same person. I'm not saying she's better than you better than her. I'm saying let's remove our personal feelings to the side. If you feel some type of way about me in the past, how it went down, whatever it is, let it be the past. If you truly are healed, if you truly are healed, preach it, practice what you preach. Let me see my daughter. Give me my
That
daughter. These white folks ain't got nothing to do with the relationship and the bond here. Because when you jump on the oppressor side to press this man until you press him in the ground to where you want to kill him or hope he kill himself, that's not, I'm a fighter. She know that. I don't give up. I'm not trying to harm her. I have not been to her residence. I have not brought the police to her residence. I extended my hand of grace, gave you more time. Whether I knew the timely manner or not, it's not about what the law says. Because you know what the law told me? They said, whatever you and her agree to, it overrides what we say. So that's how I know they don't have no power when me and her have an understanding.
Yeah, that's
She
right.
could take me down there and say, hey, take him off. Let me give him his rights back. Give him his daughter. He's That's the past. I have two beautiful sons. That the oldest one was with his sister. He know it. She haven't met the youngest brother. So my thing is, she know how I am about my daughter. She know how I am about my oldest daughter that I was alienated from. I'm not here to bash her. I don't care, but I just want the message to get across to her. Let me see my child. She can have him bring me. She don't have to come. I don't have to come. My girl can go meet her and they can exchange, get my daughter. She know her. She can get my daughter and bring her to me. She can drop off at my mom's house and I'll get her. We don't have to see each other. I'm at that point. It's no love. It's no nothing. It's over. I want to see my child. That's
so
why
what
we stop.
happens if you do see your baby
What
and she
happens?
no and she says, Daddy, where have you been? What do you say?
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna talk to her and I'm gonna have that talk with her, and she's gonna understand because little Tiger always know Big Tiger was gonna be there, and she know who little Tiger and Big
So are
Tiger
you
is.
gonna tell her with referencing her mom?
What do you mean? Like, is I'm gonna tell her like about her mom?
Like, your mom kept you from me. It
No, I,
wasn't me.
I won't bring that up to her. What I would tell her is that me and your mom may have had some misunderstandings, but we're here now. Let's
Okay.
move forward. You know,
Okay.
Dad's here now. I'm not going nowhere. Where you want me to be, and we're gonna pick up like we, left off. So it's
Oh,
not. I don't have no ill will towards her. I just want to be there for my child, and she know what it is.
So if she's not willing, then where does that leave you?
If she's not willing to do that, it still
Yes.
puts
If
me
she's
in the.
not healed, like whatever she's promoting, and
I
it's just
would
not that.
pray. I would pray that's what she's promoting. If she really promoting healthy love relationship heals the past. If you really about that, what you saying, you should have no
No,
attachment.
that's what I'm saying. What if she isn't healed herself? Just because she promotes that takes time. What if it hasn't happened for her for whatever reason?
because therapists or whoever they
They
need
need
they therapy
therapy
too.
too.
Well, I mean, I would hope so. She's calling herself a relationship expert. She's calling herself a
That
relationship
doesn't mean
consultant.
that
No,
she's
no. But
healed.
what she's trying to ask you is if she's not willing to do that, then
Then where does that
what
leave
did that
you?
leave
What is
you?
your next
What
step?
is your next
What
steps?
it leaves me in the position to go find out what's really going on. When once I find out either that's true or it's not true, I'm gonna go back into the welfare check. I'm gonna go back into the mode of wanting to understand. Matter of fact, go back to court. Hey, why am I not seeing my daughter?
That's
Go
it
talk to
right there.
Attorney General.
Ain't
I
nothing else to
know.
talk about. It's
That's
Yeah.
how we want to
go
see
back to
it. Go
court.
back to court. You
Oh
have
yeah,
to.
most definitely, most definitely.
You
Like,
have
'cause
to.
they gave me whatever they gave me to do, I did it in order to see my child. So if they mandated me 2 years, I didn't have a problem. I did exactly what the court said. I didn't violate in no kind of way.
Yeah, we
They
seen the
told me to take.
certificates. We definitely seen the
And
certificates.
we commend you for doing that because so many men don't follow through,
Yeah.
right? They get upset, they don't do it, but you did that. That's further lets us know that you were serious about being active in your child's life.
Yes.
And
And
she
so,
knows that. And she knows that I'm actively involved in my child's life. She really knows that. So if she hears this and she knows this, like,
The
What you
thing,
doing?
the
What is
thing,
we
the thing
doing?
we trying to get to you and every father out there is sometimes we want the easy route out.
Right,
But what my wife is trying to tell you earlier, once them gloves is off, we can't
right.
you can't keep thinking logic. Like, okay, this is my kid, this your kid, give me my kid.
You're right,
Man,
right, right.
man go so wrong with that. And when women
And
they can
honestly,
it can
like
get bad
a
for
lot of
us.
lines have been crossed. And so I don't, we don't know you, we don't know her, but just from hearing the story and the toxicity that you shared, it's just one of those things where I don't think that it's in that space.
It'll never be that
Like we
space.
live it every day, and I don't know if he think like
I don't
he
think
would
it'll
he
ever
would
be a
like for
co-parenting.
it to be back where we can just do, but
No,
it just can't never happen
I,
after
I,
all
I would
this.
like it for my kids to have that, but me personally, I don't think it would ever be a healthy co-parenting situation, ever.
Cause you gotta understand
You who
what
y'all referencing to?
My
his baby
situation,
mama.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's what I
Yeah,
was. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's what we saying. Like I, to know how this goes, right? And after
Right,
everything that bad has happened, people think that some days it just wake up and everybody get over it and it can move forward.
right.
But some people just never get over it. Some people, what they feel for you is how they feel and how they're gonna continue to feel. Let's so
Yeah,
you cannot think logic like I'm a good dad. She know I'm a good dad. She don't if she
she don't care.
feel
Yeah.
like that about you, it's over. Like
Yeah.
it's that's not the route you're gonna be able to take.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you this, brother. If you was in his shoes, what would you do?
Me personally, if knowing that I probably possibly got a lifetime protective order on me,
Hmm.
because you asked me, okay, I will
I mean, yeah.
first
I
of all,
mean, yeah.
I would go handle that
Right.
immediately. Secondly, with that, I go file another motion to see what this court order is it going to hold up. That's how you can really know if it's really one or not, because they're going to have to present their evidence over there saying why she ain't been letting you see your kid, and if this order is in place, that will be their evidence, and that's how you will really know. But I'm definitely going to court. It's nothing else to talk about on that end.
That's
I'm
right.
not trying to talk to nobody or nothing. I'm going strictly to court at this point.
Okay, and then when if this guy, you have to have some type of evidence. I have to have done something to her to make
No,
this.
no, stop saying that. So this is how it works. She had a active restraining order on you. That's already the stepping stone to a protective order now a lifetime protective order. We just told you what was happening in Harris County. So that we don't know if it's related. We don't know how they give them, right? So you thinking and we think it got to be something major, like I tried to take somebody's life or I did this or did that and this is how they got this. But you don't know. You're not gonna know until you go see the whole pleas, the whole
What
story
you
of
did,
how she got
what
that
happened,
order.
and what you did.
That's the only way you're gonna know. And then when you see that, then you can say, I can fight this, or I can get this, or
Or
you see what I'm saying?
you can prove that I wasn't there in town on that day. I was
Because
here. I got flight tickets or whatever.
the thing
Right.
about it, you have a past.
I wasn't properly served.
And that all those things was counted against you.
Yeah.
If you're not there to say, hey, people can say whatever or do whatever, right? And so you weren't there. Your past got talked about, your incarceration, the restraining order, all these things, whatever else was said to make it seem like whatever, don't know. I seen it with my own two eyes. So you gotta go see if that's what's to that.
You gotta check into that.
And I didn't see everything. I just seen the order, but not like the gist of what was said, what
Right.
happened, how how it happened. I don't know that part. I don't know
Right.
that part. So is you saying that you confident that you clean that nothing took place
Well,
where
stand
this
on that.
Ain't nothing took place because
Well, stand on it.
I ain't violate no I didn't even violate the protective order because if it did, I'll be in jail. I would have a case behind it. So like I say, it may be some other fabrication
right.
story she done made up. So what we going to court though, you best believe that. You best believe it. And she know I ain't laying down. She already know I'm a fighter. I done fought the white folks. So what you think I ain't gonna fight her behind my daughter? You know what I mean? So
Well,
like what is we doing here? Like I'm not understanding what she was trying but by alienating me for life. Oh no, she know that ain't gonna happen. You know that ain't gonna happen.
well,
You know,
that's all we wanted to hear, bro.
I
That's
mean,
I wanted to get you to that point.
yeah, because
I
right?
wanted
we
to hear
gotta
that from you.
we gotta know that it's not, a harmful situation, especially not for your kid, right? Because she need both of y'all.
At the end of
It's
the day.
messed up that it's like this, but kids need both parents. Even when we know that the other parent ain't right and doing right, that's still that child's other parent.
Yeah, I don't care
And
how
so
good the stepfather, stepmother is. They need their
they
parent.
need their
That's right.
parents. And so you're right. I mean, they promoting this stuff. We don't know. We ain't even really took a deep dive into their platform or anything. I mean, I don't even feel comfortable reaching back out to them knowing that this order is out there. Because honestly, that
Sure.
is something that prohibits.
Yeah,
When it says no
it's
contact, that means you cannot be having third parties saying stuff and doing stuff. So, I mean, is it anything else you would like for us to do? Just keep us posted.
Yeah,
most
Keep
definitely,
us
most
next
definitely.
posted.
step, man.
Go tomorrow. We gonna reach out to you to make sure that you doing your due diligence to find out what that's about, and maybe, hopefully, one day it can get resolved. Cause your baby 10 and she needs you in her life.
Yeah, man.
We don't just take people word for stuff because we weren't there, and it's like at the end of the day, if you didn't cause no harm to her or pose no harm to your child is supposed to be a part of your life. And that's not to negate you doing anything that I don't know you did or didn't know, allegedly, whatever. I'm talking strictly about you and your child's relationship. I don't think nobody should be stripped of that if they didn't do anything wrong to their kid.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And
Well,
she know
real.
that, yeah, she know that. She know that I
Well,
never hurt or bring harm to, if anything, never, ever. So for her to do this, I don't know why she would want to do that other than
And
hurt
before you go,
other
you
than hurt me
said
personally. You know what I mean?
you said you had another child that was alienated.
Well,
How,
yeah.
like, we're not gonna go too far into that, but did that ever get resolved? Did you ever rebuild that
No,
relationship?
that was alienation all the way up until graduation of high school, which my daughter's been graduated from high school. So that what and that's what's crazy because it was like a 2 for 1 because once that situation aroused behind me and her, she went and conversed over that in toxicity in order to, and she spread toxic on her to keep him away from his daughter.
So
It's like
they
colluded.
joined together,
That's right.
joined against.
That's why I was like, it's a 2 for 1 thing because she very well knew about the alienation of my oldest two, and she was playing like, how do you when you play like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help you get your daughters back and all this, and we're gonna, but then only to turn around and go over there with her is what showed me, wow, you really toxic. You
That's
see what
not
I'm
the
saying?
first time we done heard of that, and so
yeah.
I mean, it's bittersweet because is your daughter, does she have a relationship with her sisters?
Yeah, well, for what I understand, yeah, they
They
took
X'd
pictures.
you out, but they have built
That's
their.
what I don't understand. Like, how can you go take my daughter
That's
to my
crazy.
oldest daughters? And here's the thing, you she can't share the same story with them. My baby girl, I love daddy. We have a bond. But my oldest girl, they like, you love daddy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That,
It's like,
yeah, they
well,
don't
he
even
didn't
know you
give us
like
that.
that.
He didn't get a chance to give us that because mother kept us away. You see what
And
I'm saying?
but
So
you gotta also understand, and I just want to say this real quick. We
Man.
gotta wrap it up soon. But the thing about it, this is why we say time is of the essence.
uh
Your baby is not gonna stay a kid forever. And any child that's being alienated, if you're not there and around and they don't see and know what's going on behind the scenes, they will start to believe just exactly
Whatever's
what they're
been
being
told.
told. And if they have this negative community, this negative village, so to speak, raising them up, and you aren't there, then they're definitely gonna start picking up those feelings because it's been so long. Like had you did something prior to now, then your baby probably will be defending you. I don't know what it is. Hopefully she still remembers every bit of y'all relationship and bond, and she holding on to it and just not letting them know. Cause we want you to have some type of resolution with this. Yeah, man. But that's just that's a lot.
Can
Yeah,
I
it's a
say
lot.
one thing before we get off here, just to encourage other
Absolutely.
brothers that may be going through the same thing I'm going through?
Yes,
I'm
Go
gonna
sir.
say
ahead.
this: in order to be in control, you have to have self control. In order to stay in control, because once you lose control, you're out of control. So I'm
Yes.
gonna leave you with that because I'm in control, and I'm in control because I have self control. So I'm not never worried about going to jail. That's why I haven't went to jail behind none of the lies she fabricated now, because I'm in control of me.
Yep.
That's what I learned from the cognitive thinking. I only can control me. I can't control nobody else.
Exactly.
That's
All right,
valid.
on, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
man. By
Thank
I
far,
appreciate
this
y'all,
been
man.
one of
I'm gonna
the
keep y'all posted too, man. I'm gonna keep y'all
Yeah,
posted.
please do. Again, like, thank you for sharing your side of your truth, right?
Mhm.
Being transparent, not not to come up and try to make it about bashing anyone because that's not what this platform is about, right?
Right,
It's
right.
strictly about what it's about. And if anybody has been through parental alienation and they going through it, they viewing, they watching, they even know somebody, then they know how real it gets. And it's real. It's a real raw, uncut space. It's not pretty, like I said earlier. It's
That's right.
dark, it's dirty, it's not good. And so thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
Yeah. And
I
don't
appreciate
feel
y'all.
like it was an attack. Certain
No, never
questions.
that, man.
No,
It was
I'm
never
just
that.
saying certain questions have to be asked and certain things have to be talked about because we know what comes with this.
Right.
So, and we have to make sure you got that point out.
And I
So,
figured that if I didn't reach out to y'all, I probably would have never found out about this so-called indefinite. So we finna see.
Yeah, yeah, and not in a healthy way
yeah,
because we already know you was on the edge. Like you getting to the point where you need some resolution, and so you pushing, you trying to find a way. And even if you got self control, because I know you just spoke on that, things can turn left real quick when somebody playing with your kid.
yeah,
Absolutely.
And so that's serious. And so yeah, I'm glad you know about it now. Do your due diligence, go see, keep us posted. Again, we'll try to, intervene and help as best we can within law abiding rules, right? We don't want to put you in any more trouble or do anything that's gonna lead you in a direction that's gonna go against what we here for.
yeah.
Right.
All right, man. Enjoy your
It's
night, bro.
up. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. It's been a
Woo,
long night. For
man.
everybody that was tuning in, thank you for
Being,
watching, being patient,
yeah,
waiting. Y'all can always hop in the comments as long as you're being respectful. But yeah, this stuff get deep, and we
yeah,
just getting started. Like we've been
yeah,
doing this for a long time, and it's just gonna be a journey. And we will love for you guys to follow us, subscribe, get us to 10,000 subs. That's a new goal. We're really trying to hear more stories. Come tell us, come talk to us. Even if you decided that you at your wits end, this is why we have this platform. It's not to bash nobody, it's not to expose nobody. It's strictly about trying to see how we can bridge that
got,
gap to
yeah.
bring parents back with their kids if it's possible. I mean,
So if you're an alienated child, parent, feel free to come up because a lot of people don't even know what parental alienation is, and it's just sad, man, that it have come to this, but this is life.
thank you so much. We'll be back here Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come join us. Until then, have a nice rest of you
Make
guys'
sure y'all
night.
hit that bell and y'all subscribe.
What's that?
Oh, they got to tap the bell, you know. Nah, but y'all have a good night, man.